Hello and welcome back, beautiful people. For those who are new here, my name is Lydia and I am the Witch of Multirealms. I am now doing tarot readings that are aligned with signs and synchronicities such as angel numbers. In the future, I hope to provide 4 other signs and synchronicities, maybe animals you've seen or symbologies. Now I post every Monday, Wednesday and Friday and Sunday. So if this is your thing, please like, follow and subscribe so you catch the episodes I post in the future. Okay, so today we are doing a reading for those that have been seeing the numbers 999. The message from Spirit is that 9 is nearing the end of a cycle. It's the time when you start to know what you need to check in terms of balances, what you need to release, and what you need to have more in your life in order to balance out. So this is the overarching message and theme for the day for everyone who's watching this reading. And if also you've been seeing the numbers 999, this might be what Spirit wants to tell you or guide you to understand more. Okay, you're definitely in some kind of awakening process and transition. And if you're nearing 9, which is towards the end of the cycle, 10 being the final, 9 is definitely a time when you need to reassess, right? What you have too little of, what you have too much of, what you need to let go so you can bring in more, all that stuff. Okay, so before I begin shuffling, I'd like to remind everyone that this is a general reading. And please take what you resonate with and leave the rest behind. Also, this is a timeless reading. You can find this reading at any time. Does not have to be when I post it. It simply means that when you see this reading, it's time the message is for you. Also, please do not let the outcome of any tarot reading denote the outcome of your life. You have to take actions to make things happen. Tarot readings are a form of advice and guidance from Spirit, so nothing is absolutely set in stone for you. It's more based on the current state of mind and energy that you have and, you know, highest potential outcome of anything, but you still have to get things done to get things done, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna be picking out 3 cards for today. Spirit, please give us 3 piles for those that are receiving this message regarding the 999 number that you have been seeing, what you feel you want them to know, the 3 different piles. Okay, so for pile 1, this card would be temptation. For pile 2, the card would be mental conflict. For pile 3, the card would be discontent and boredom. Okay, so I will be, of course, doing the reading and placing timestamps in the description box below. Please use your intuitive to feel yourself being guided to choose whichever pile calls to you. You may feel called to more than just one pile, so of course you can cross-watch. The timestamps are there in the description box below. Okay, I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. For those who have chosen pile number 1, your card is temptation. All right. So this is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle card deck. Some of the cards are formed in a way that it takes inspirations and meanings from traditional tarot card decks, and they mix in oracle card meanings. So Temptation feels very much like it gives a very devil energy mixed with Seven of Cups. Perhaps yeah, definitely more. I feel a very Seven of Cups kind of energy. Perhaps, yeah, and Devil. That's literally the two main feeling I get from this card. But we'll see what else Spirit has to say. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm trying out this style where I have the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. I'm going to be picking out 2 cards from this Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, with one card to show what you need to have less of or to release in your life, and the other card to show what you need to welcome into your life or to have more of. Okay, so just before right. So Spirit, please give us 2 cards. What does Pile 1, what do you want Pile 1 to have less of or to release in their life? Okay, this actually is a diagonal. Yeah, just so y'all can see, it's like diagonal shaped, and it's actually really hard to shuffle. This is I mean I still try. I'm a bit stubborn. I like shuffling. I don't like to just like dip my fingers in and pull one card out. That's not my style. Or at least that's not how I feel. I talk with Spirit. But yeah, sometimes you gotta... Okay, thank you. They know I like it this way. So they still give me 1 card. Beautiful. Okay, now what to welcome into their life? What would you like Pile 1 to know that they can welcome into their life if they release what they have to release? Spirit, please show us. Right, beautiful. Okay. So, to have less of, they shown me this card, Ash, right? It says Ash, and it has a triangle in the middle. Looks, I mean, the imagery is quite abstract, but it really has a very, in terms of color, in terms of the weightage of color in this image itself, shows that there is a lot of what seems like grayness. The feeling is like, in fact, it feels like the gray and the blackness is covering what color could have been underneath. You see how interesting that is? The way the art is done is that there's actually plenty of color underneath, but the ash on top is covering it. So interesting. Spirit is saying you need to have less of this. We'll dive in. I'll read from the book, and then we'll dive in and discover the meanings. And then Spirit says, in order to, and when you release ash or reduce that aspect in your life, it's to welcome more of this aspect. Okay, and it says that against nature. I know it's very interesting. Colorful as it may seem, there are what look like worms. So this feels very much like something interesting is brewing from underground. Like, you know how worms will aerate the soil from burrowing around and creating burrows. And it does, I mean, to be frank, this does not feel like a very, it says against nature, but it does not feel like a very disgusting image of worms underground, even though I see worms. It in fact feels more like the worms give life to the flowers, because I'm seeing so many pops of color. And interestingly, as they say you should have less of this, which there is a triangle here, there is a square here. So the alchemy and geography of alchemy, the different shapes all have different meanings and aspects in our essence, in our soul, in our body, in our being, in our essence, and they all mean something. But when spirit says you need to have less of this and more of this, it really makes me wonder how the symbology of the triangle and the square come into play. So before I read the book to talk about these meanings, I would actually like to pull some traditional Rider-Waite cards to understand a bit more. Okay, Spirit, please give us your guided message and advice with regards to this. Sorry, I have a card on the floor. Okay. So okay. Okay. So I'm going to read from the book about this ash, what it means. Sorry if it's taking me a while because the words are really small and yeah, it's really hard to find the exact page. Okay, ash. Symbologies regarding this card: memories, ancestors, the past. Ash represents what has come before it. The fire is over now, and its flames took with it all recognizable form of what was burnt. Only memories and the soft grey ashen substance remain. When this card appears, you look back and sift through what has occurred. You are in the realm of ancestors, past relationships, and those that have passed to another realm. Be gentle with the process as it is delicate and sacred. The ash card asks us to tend to the true nature of endings, grief, and letting go. You may be asked to be present with others experiencing loss. When in doubt, be like ash. It's silken, light, and easily carried by the wind. Soften into the memories and the tears. Eventually, forgiveness follows and the heart travels light. Okay, so that's for ash. Against nature. Let's see. contra naturam, against nature. Symbology, willfulness to force or to control. On some level, we all know when we are going against nature. We recognize it in feelings of impatience and agitation that arise when trying to force certain outcomes. The contra naturam card arrives to remind the alchemist they cannot control the uncontrollable. Nature has its way, enveloping us in a wild narrative that we can collaborate in but not dictate, no matter our efforts to manage every aspect of our lives. The mess ensues. Spring is soggy. The lotus requires mud. People do what they do. This card heeds a warning not to fight the flow of Mother Nature or of destiny. Once we loosen the grip of what we think life should look like, a whole new realm of possibility awakens. Now is the time to be radically open to what nature has in store for you. Very interesting. So I think what Spirit is trying to say here is that there can be memories pertaining to something that happened in the past for you. Okay, so let's recall your opening card is temptation and you chose this card. Clearly there's something that is very tempting, something that is creating, well, your mind to be strayed to veer towards. And I think in saying so, you also probably subconsciously identify that you have it. I think Spirit is trying to raise to the obvious now that there's something in the past, a memory. It could be pertaining to a recent event or something that has happened for a long time. I'm going to see into the cards later to see what else we can gather from this. But from these two cards, I think Spirit is trying to say the release is that of something that you need to let go. And let go lightly, let go in a very... Don't be harsh on yourself. You know, if it's something that you felt like you could not let go due to yourself having played certain parts, it's a memory that you felt there is certain kind of severity or weight to it. Spirit is saying, let it be like ash. Let it just fly with the wind and let it go. That's the way to release it. You need to have more of that. You need to practice more of that. Perhaps you have been trying to release. Right? The way I see it is if you are if you seem to have some kind of subconscious understanding of this temptation, chances are you might know what we're talking about here. You know your story. Of course, then you should understand what actually is a temptation or the memory that we're referring to here. And clearly, Spirit is urging you to let go of it and let go of it in a very graceful, gentle manner and no strain, no need to struggle. Be like ash. You know, once it's burned in the fire, once it's tossed, it's gone. And then on the other hand, when you release that, you can then start to welcome more into your world, start to welcome more into your realm and your vibration. This card that symbolizes against nature. Now, it's actually really interesting, and I get the idea why there is a square here. You see, as much as the square, four-sided, equal and all, is a very stable, and being a black block with nothing, it shows that it's a very stable and innate item that could refer to the state that you're in, status quo. But once you release the ash and you step into this, it feels like Spirit is saying that whatever could be delightfully random, okay? Because you see, it is random, it is chaotic, nature is growing in all directions. But without fail, we can see that in this card, it's a very beautiful, verdant kind of energy. It's very jewel tone, it's very nature, it's green, it's orange, it's got vibrancy and it's got passion. And you know, in terms of color theory, it's got passion, it's got life. So I think what Spirit is trying to say that there is a lot of opportunities in life that are coming in for you, that could come in all directions, that could come in its most surprising and random ways, just like how you cannot control nature and the way nature grows. You can be walking down the same street every day, seeing the same trees as you pass by, but do you know when the tree is going to flower and fruit? Honestly, not really, unless you tend to the tree yourself, like you are the gardener in charge of it. But if you don't, even if you walk down the same street and you see the same tree, the tree can surprise you with blooms or fruits on a random day without you even realizing when that actually is going to come, right? So life is like that, stable and innate as it seems, stable like this four-sided black square. You are actually surrounded by some of the most unpredictable, beautiful aspects of nature. And Spirit is trying to say that this wants to come into your life. Opportunities, surprises want to come into your life. But you have to let that happen, because in order to let that happen, you have to let the past go. You have to let past memories, past pains, past circumstances end as they should. Now, based off your cards here, what I see is that Spirit said that, see, you got the reverse tower here, okay? Although the reverse tower is actually the last card that came out, but it was a clarifying card. When this card came out, I asked Spirit, what are you releasing? You got the 8 of Cups. Spirit is finally saying, yes, you got to release. So I asked Spirit, what are you releasing? They said something that was chaotic, but it's in the past anyway. So clearly this thing happened quite a while back. It's not that recent. Something did happen and it was upsetting, clearly, and chaotic. But Spirit said it's well gone and over. It's well gone and over. So it's something that you should let go of. Interestingly, you also got the Hermit, and right next to Hermit is a reverse Two of Swords. See, when Two of Swords appear, it shows that a person is letting rationality take main stage and not able to use intuition to make decisions on which path to take. Okay, but you got it in reverse, which I think Spirit is also saying that this is a situation that is in the recent past. Or it could mean another thing. It could mean that for some of you, this is something that Spirit wants you to understand could happen to you if you persist. You could fall into a situation of not being able to see your path if you persist holding on to something in the past that stops your movement. You know, ideas and ideologies, they are often, when they're stuck in the head, they form a series of dissonance that is, although we thought we are being logical, although we might think that we are being practical by thinking and formulating an answer, sometimes the more we do so, the further we get from our intuition, which actually is the more reliable compass when it comes to making decisions for our soul and spiritual journey, right? So Spirit gave you this in reverse right next to the Hermit. And I think what Spirit is trying to urge you is to tap into your inner guidance and your inner wisdom, to understand that your inner guidance and inner wisdom does not need to put yourself into a situation of Two of Swords. You very much have, see, if you do not have the guiding light of the moon, like in this Two of Swords, you have the guiding light of the star. You are the Hermit. You have the ability as the Hermit and to possess that wisdom at whatever point you are at now, to let go of something that holds you back. Like again, they are saying this did happen, a tower did happen, but it's past. It's not the main subject for you right now. The fact that it came out in reverse. However, guess what is not in reverse is they actually gave you the Ace of Cups. They're saying right now you are on a journey in pursuit of true authenticity and purposeful, like whatever is purposeful in your life. You want things that calls to your heart. You want to be on whatever this may be about. It could be a relationship. It could be in general. It could be friends. It could be work. It could be romantic relationship. But they are not giving me something that pertains to one situation. I see here Spirit is trying to say that in the entirety of your life, you are in a circumstance right now where many things are ending. Many things are meant to end. But because you have been through the whatever challenge or adversity that you've been through, maybe that left you not fully healed. So you're not able to walk away from it or release it. So I think Spirit wants you to know that if you want to really walk into your new path, cup full and all, you have to pour away whatever residual mucky water that's in your cup, right? If you want a clean cup that is forever refilled by the divine springs, and be on that journey, take that divine water, take that divine chalice, and be on that journey in search of the true authentic you that will make you happy, you have to allow yourself to pour away the old stuff, release the old stuff, right? Spirit is saying that when you take too many ideas with you, when you are hoarding ideologies, ideas, thoughts, memories, and I'm sorry I use the word hoarding. I know it can be triggering for some people because I'm not saying that for those people who might have an issue in that department, it's actually a thing. I understand, but when I say a person is hoarding bad memories, maybe a simpler way to call this is like victim mindset, right? Sure, bad things happen to us. It's good to have the retrospection and introspection after the thing happened to really assess like, oh, why it happened, what happened, how did it happen? Must it happen this way? Could I have done something to prevent it? That's introspection. That's really good. But if there is retrospection and you just like looking back at the thing and then playing that narrative in your head over and over, playing the events, playing the situation, playing the storyline, playing the narrative of which sometimes can be skewed, oftentimes it's skewed, right? If you decide to label people a certain label yourself a certain label, right? Then it might very well put a person into a victim mindset, or like basically a thinking loop whereby it just creates that narrative for you to not be able to get out of and remove certain ideas. And I call this the hoarding of memory, the hoarding of ideas. Okay, it's okay that things happen. Like Spirit said, let the past be the past. It is a event, but it happened. And if you are in this mindset whereby you already understood a few things and you have them in your hand, okay, precariously holding 5 swords in your hand with no shield. I never understood how this became a picture. And then you're still looking back at the other 2 swords that are standing there. It really feels very much like a person trying to take on too much in the mind. And then Spirit is saying, with that happening, it is really hard for you to get your wish. If you want to have a happy life, if you want to be contented, it's really difficult to get into this space if you continue with 7 of Swords, okay? And finally, they did also encourage that it's okay to be wiser. It's okay to want to be equipped with knowledge from prior events. After all, we are all human. We learn as we go. But there is a difference between having knowledge and then being able to take on a new journey and adventure, being wiser with the knowledge. That's one way of doing things. And then the other way is not being able to move because you're over encumbered with ideas and memories that do not serve you, right? So you actually have the Page of Swords, which is as a young page, and the energy of a young page is that you are on a new, like if you want to get into this new part of your life, if you want to take on this journey in the most fullest fashion, if you want to embrace this new journey with Spirit guiding you so that you are fully aligned and walking the path you're meant to, enjoying the highest potential prosperity and abundance in your life that you can in all areas, if you want to be that, and if this is you being able to receive as Page of Swords, being able to receive the best kind of clarity and knowledge moving forward. It honestly is truly a blessing when a person can know that when they're on that path, they are correct and doing the right thing, right? So Swords is giving us the energy of a person who knows exactly what they're doing is the right thing they're doing. Like there is like no shred of doubt. Sort of like being divinely guided. And the young page here is with the sword that is going beyond even the frame here, as you can see, sticking right up to the heavens. It's like an antenna, almost reaching for whatever signal from above to say what's the next move, And again, you can see the page here has a very vibrant, excited, and energetic kind of attitude. So if you want to be the page, you must understand that you are actually very blessed because your page is accompanied by these two other cards, the Star card and the World card, right? These, you have some of the most, you don't have a lot of major arcana. Okay, more or less. You have the Hermit and the Tower. But the other, I would say that you have two very beautiful major arcana cards show up for you here, which is the Star and the World card. And this is nothing short of very encouraging and very, it's like Spirit saying, your path from here onwards is meant to take you up and up. It's going to help you fulfill your hopes and dreams. It's going to help you step into a new chapter of your life. Everything is beautiful beyond the gateway. Okay? Everything is waiting for you to advance beyond the gateway. But in its entirety, the message and advice that Spirit has for you today is that there is something that you need to let go. Once you let go, it is so much beautiful on the other side, right? Day and night, you got this to let go. You got this to welcome in. It's really so, in many ways, it's so obvious what Spirit is trying to say. I think on the screen, you're going to see this. Because your screen, you see this way and this way. No, actually, I'm not quite sure. On the screen, how do you see it? Okay, never mind. Yeah, but this is to release. This is to welcome in. Okay. Okay, I want to pick a card from the Moonology Messages Oracle and see what else Spirit has for you. Okay, what other advice do you have for Power One Spirit? Okay. Spirit says synchronicity, right? The moon's moment, synchronicity. Okay, let's see what it says here. Right. Something is flowing in the right direction for you when this card comes up. Everything is either already falling into place or will do so very soon, even if you fervently believe that you create your own reality. There are times when events have an almost destined feel, and this is one of those times. You could perhaps attribute it to life unfolding and revealing the lessons our soul need to learn in this lifetime. There is synchronicity at work. You are exactly where you're meant to be, learning the lessons you need to learn. Everything is lining up as it needs to so trust the process as much as you can and stay optimistic for your desired outcome. Whatever the situation you're asking about, know that it's not a random development in your life, but a step along your path and meant to teach you. The sooner you pay attention to your lessons, the sooner you'll be able to navigate your way to where you want to go. Divine time is unfolding. Events now have a purpose. You're in the right place at the right time. Everything happens for a reason, or there is a reason why everything happens. Okay, so I think Spirit is trying to really guide you and hold your hand through this process. Perhaps I think this is a reaffirmation that they understand it's extremely right. You did have the temptations card. Maybe the temptation card is one way for them to acknowledge that you might have in your life certain things that are tempting you to have difficulty releasing what you should release. Right? What is meant for you is still waiting to come in, but yet there is that one temptation that is impeding your growth and ability to let go of what you need to let go. Things are meant to, like the wheel of life is meant to turn, but right now yours is a little bit like a stuck wheel. Okay, and maybe they're also trying to say, what are you so tempted to hang on to? So I feel like in this essence, they are trying to remind you that if you have so much as understood that you caught sight of 999, synchronistically speaking, you know that this reading is for you. I think this is the first good start on taking advice from Spirit and knowing that they are with you. Always then keep paying attention to the signs and synchronicities in your life to see what other kind of messages they're trying to hint to you. And if you could tune in a little bit more, pay attention to things that you see around you or things that are happening for you. Whatever it is, I think Spirit is trying to show you how much potential you have waiting for you, but you have to release past pains and memories and things that no longer mean anything for you so that you can truly step into the new place. Okay? So, this is all I have for you today, and this is the message that Spirit has for you. If you find that you resonate with this, please share in the comment section below, and I'll be very happy to hear from you. Please, if you want a more personal reading, you can also go to the description box below to find my link for booking a tarot reading. Please like, follow, and subscribe so that you receive more of such videos in the future. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is for those who have chosen the card, Mental Conflict. Okay, so this is your card. Mental conflict actually showed up in a previous reading that I did. So maybe, and I think that one was also pile 2. I'm not sure. So maybe you might remember if you have been watching some of the past episodes I put up. And if you have chosen this card back then, maybe I'm not sure if you're choosing this card again this round. But today, the overarching message is about release, about what you need less of, so that whatever you release can then welcome what is waiting to come into your life. Okay, so something great is coming into your life, but you need to release something. And what is this thing that you need to release? We'll find out. Okay, let me take some water. Okay, so I'm going to be taking from the Alchemy Guidebook, not Alchemy Guidebook, the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. Okay, it's these hexagonal cards. It's quite difficult to shuffle, but I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to take one card that Spirit wants you to have less of or to release, and then one card that Spirit wants you to know is trying to come into your life. Something that is waiting for you to receive. So once you release what you need to release, this thing will come in. Okay. Okay. Breath. Beautiful. it's so interesting because if you watch Part 1 and if you have not, maybe you can try. But if you came from Part 1, you will see that, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, your release card, the card to ask you to release what you have to release, is this one here, mortification. And as you can see, it's black and white. There's no colors on it. It shows you know, mortification. I will read it from the book later on, but typically it means the something, when something dies, it is almost like rigor mortis. It's to open up and to see that things inside are beginning to rot, or at least that's what I think it means, to mortify, for something to become petrified. Okay, so that one has to, spirit means for you. I know it sounds very abstract now, but we will get the meanings from the book. And to have more of and to welcome into your life, breath. Okay, and then is this beautiful, colorful card. Interestingly, like I say, there is a synchronistic aspect. So like Part 1, the release is a card that has monotone, is black and white, or is gray, you know. And then the card that is meant for welcoming into their life, the thing that will come into their life, is a colorful card. It's very interesting. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. I'm going to read out. No, I'm going to draw more. I'm always very torn at this point. I'm going to draw more cards from the traditional Rider-Waite deck to see what else Spirit has to say, so I have a better general idea of what your situation is. Okay, Spirit, can you please give us your guidance and your messages regarding Pile 2? What is the mental conflict we're talking about here? It's so interesting because everything is in reverse. Okay. Okay, so I'll read from the guidebook what mortification refers to. Okay, decay, death, decomposition. Mortifactio is the great alchemical operation of darkness. What was once composed now decomposes. What was once presentable is now despicable. This stage cannot be avoided. The underworld has taken us into the dark interior of its belly, and here we reside until spring. Through the natural process of decay, we descend into depths we didn't know existed. The alchemist soon finds mortifactio is a stage of regeneration and sacred power, where the soil is fertile and rich, offering nourishment for tomorrow. This stage cannot be rushed. The darkness must have time to do its work, to dismantle and to loosen, to free us from the old scripts and stories as we learn to surrender to this great operation. The earth churns and wisdom whispers in the dark. She envelopes us with grace and the promise of what's to come. Okay, and pneuma, which is breath. inspiration, presence, life force. Right, this one here. There is no more direct way to practice alchemy than to study Noma. We all have access to Numa. We all have access to the mystical phenomenon known as the breath. It occurs at every moment, gracing us with the gift of existence upon the physical plane. If alchemy, as is suggested in this book, is the merging of physical and mystical, then this card serves as an ever-reliant bridge. It is the magical within us, the expanding and regenerating life force that animates our life. This card may appear simple, but it's not. No matter how advanced you are in studying the breath, if you heed the message of the card, you will find it has more to teach. Bow to it at this very moment, and you will discover the work revitalizes itself. New space opens. Numa is your lifelong alchemical ally, stating its love with every inhale and exhale. So breath. I think what Spirit is trying to say that a fresh breath of life, a fresh perspective of life is waiting for you if you only allow what is already dead to process itself, right? You have this, you are meant to let this go. So something has already died, and in fact, it's already starting to decompose. But Spirit says you need to let this go. You need to let this rest. Perhaps something has already died and you have yet to let it go. Maybe you're still hanging on to it. Maybe it's something that you felt you don't really have closure yet. But see, it takes time, right? Even decomposition of anything, depending on what the thing is, takes time. And Spirit is saying that don't hold your breath. I think that's really how it feels. Maybe you're holding your breath, hoping to get closure or an answer with regards to this situation, the old situation. The Spirit is saying, let it be, just let it go. Let it process, let it take its time to decompose as it should. But don't hold your breath, because the fresher breath of air is waiting for you. Your ability to take in air. Yeah, even I feel I need to take in air right now as I'm doing your reading, because there is a very strong energy pressing up against my lungs. It generally does feel like maybe there's a situation in your life that have made you felt oppressed. So I'm not quite sure. Okay, in your tarot cards, everything is reversed. It's very interesting. So I'm going to read it like it's in reverse like this. And there is, well, one or two upright cards actually. So there's clearly something that traumatized you, something that is very hurtful, something that is a very sad and let's just say hurtful memory that plays itself over and over in your life. But you see, as it comes out in reverse, I somehow felt like Spirit is saying it's past. It's over, it's past. The 9 energy of the 9 of Swords, you have already been there. It's meant to go to the 10 and then you're meant to heal from it, and then you will start anew. But somehow it felt like you were not able to move. Right next to it came the reverse King of Wands. Now, there is an upright Queen of Wands here, and then there is a reverse King of Wands here. I have a feeling this refers to 2 individuals. And somehow I felt very, very much like the King of Wands is part of the memory that is residing in this reverse 9 of Swords. Okay, so you know if this is somebody that you have encountered with. But what I'm seeing here is Spirit shows me King of Wands is somebody that you dealt with. And again, in the reverse, I'm seeing that this is something that occurred in the past. It's something that you do not want to have association or connection with anymore, or at least not in the, well, you want to walk away from it. Right next to the reverse King of Wands is Six of Swords in reverse. Also very weird, because if you could see what I'm looking at here, your Queen of Wands being upright, okay? So from the spread, I'm looking at Queen of Wands upright. Right next to Queen of Wands is Six of Swords. Something you could not let go of. Something you could not navigate away from. Something or someone or some situation that is created by reverse King of Wands. And this is a nightmare that won't stop. The nightmare that won't go away. Whatever happened to you, I truly am very sorry. It doesn't feel like it's easy, to be honest. In fact, it still also leaves you in this area of you're not able to see the full cup you have in life. You're not able to see the beautiful full cups that you do have in life, and that you are looking at whatever's lost. You simply are. And you are in a very, you're quite trapped, if anything. So I will say this is very intensely heavy energy, not a good time to have. And again, I'm sorry for you how this is turning out. But if anything, I feel like Spirit is really trying to... Okay, let me put it this way. You also have the Fool. You also have the Seven of Cups. You also have Justice. They are all in reverse. And I feel like Spirit is trying to say, your life is kind of upside down. But you are not an upside down person. As in, like, you have so much more potential in you. Do you know what Queen of Wands is? Queen of Wands is a very charismatic, enterprising, opportunity-taking, life-living kind of character. She's fire. She's passion. She's Venus on fire. She's like the, Venus, there are different aspects. And in tarot, there's many cards that can represent Venus or Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. But the part that has to do with youth, vibrant, passion, knowing how to work her charms, knowing how to live life to the fullest, is this Queen of Wands, this aspect of Venus. Young, vibrant, beautiful, know how to maintain her youth, know how to flaunt her beauty and youth, and take opportunities in life to make the most of it and everything. Of all the cards that came out in reverse, this one came out in upright, and this is you. And I know it. This is you. Because why? Spirit is trying to say that your world is this exciting. Your world is full of color. It's delightful. It's fresh breath. It's air. It's the thing that every one of us live on. And this is waiting for you. More of this is coming into your life. You have it. Interestingly, without air, fire can't burn. Right? Your torch, your fire, your everlasting life, your youth, your beauty, all that stuff, you cannot give yourself that vitality if you do not accept fresh air to allow that fire to burn in your life. So this goes hand in hand. If you want to uphold your power of Queen of Wands and step into a place where you receive more of this, Spirit is saying that you have a lot of work to do inside here. Okay? I know why you chose mental conflict now. This is clearly not easy. Okay? And I speak from personal experience. I'm a person who's very much in the mind. And, like an elephant memory situation. I have that. But at the same time, as much as it's a blessing, it's a curse, right? not being able to let go of memories. They are etched into my mind, like they're etched into my soul, you know? But at the same time, I think the alchemy of life is such whereby we need to learn how to transmute that memory of pain into and combine it with other elements that we have that within ourselves, to combine it into something that is much more precious, so that we come out with something that is brilliant, like the gold we can have in our soul, instead of just constantly forming this sediment of dirt at the bottom of whatever we're doing. Right? Memories can, if let's say memories is this murky substance in water, like like a snow globe situation. If let's say you have dirt in the water, and that is the bad memory, if you shake it, you constantly get this murky and cloudy water. But if you allow it to settle, the dirt will settle and it will form a base layer, but that still is dirt. It's just that the dirt and the water have separated. But this just means that your memory of the bad things still are in there, very much like residue that goes into the subconscious, but does not mean that you have done anything about it to make it better, right? And then it gets stretched out. Sometimes it gets stretched out over nightmares. It gets stretched out over recurring nightmares. Okay, so that's why I teach work in mind, body, and spirit alignment. A lot of it is about purging what I call psychic trash. And there are things that we do not need in our memory, or even if we have them in our memory, because clearly we cannot unremember things unless we get lobotomized, right? But it's about what you take that residue, what you take that base and dirt substance that are the bad memories, and turn them into something that can be precious, can be part of your brilliance in the future when you continue in your life. That is alchemy, right? We're not really talking about sitting in a laboratory, burning your boiling flasks or crucible. And no, we're not really talking about that. We're talking about taking in your life what does not look good, what is mucky, dirty, psychic trash, memory trash, unpleasant things, and then turning them into positive things, because we process the alchemy from within our soul. Now, I think Spirit is trying to encourage you to know that your path is peppered with actually a lot of... So for all the reverse cards I see here, they are simply things that are waiting to happen. They are waiting to happen. Like you have intention. Your queen is looking at things that you want to make happen, but you could not. Such as getting past the sorrow and pain of what did not work out. Everything else is trying to let go of the past. And I think deep inside you, you want very badly to do so. And the Spirit is also showing you that what's waiting for you. So behind your Queen of Wands, what's waiting for you is a brand new journey. See? A brand new journey. Options. Balance in life. Coming into your life. Justice happening for you. Whatever you lost will come back and return to you. All these wonderful things are coming into your life. It's just that they are behind your queen. They are waiting for your queen to make a decision on whether you want to ignite your fire and continue, or you want to linger in the space of regret and inability to let go. Okay? You have, let me remind everyone, your mortification. Spirit is saying, whatever died, died already. Whatever died is decomposing as we speak. But it takes time. Things cannot give you a closure or an outcome instantly. Okay, so if you have felt like something occurred to you that left you feeling betrayed, hurt, unsatisfied, traumatized, whatever your situation may be, and you felt like you deserve justice, it will come, at its own time and pace. If you're hanging on in that space of not releasing the past and the past memory because you are simply waiting on when you get to see the outcome of what you want to said person, right? Waiting for mortification to happen. That spirit is saying you are the one who's delaying your own progress. You are the one who's delaying your own day of seeing all the beautiful things. All the beautiful things waiting to enter your life, this new journey, cannot come because you stop yourself from coming in. You stop yourself from going on that path. Right? I think clear as day here when I see that you are the only one in the upright position. Very interesting. Okay. If I think I can pull out 1 or 2 more cards to find out what is it that you're still hanging on to. Spirit, could you please clarify for us? Also in reverse, very interesting. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Swords in reverse. I think Spirit is saying that you felt ungratified. You felt ungratified because you put in a lot of effort. Whatever situation that is also, because this pertains to different things, right? Different people might see this for a relationship with someone. Different people might see this as the previous job they held in another company, or like maybe they felt like they have been badly treated at the workplace or betrayed by a business partner even. It could be so many different situations. So take it how you see fit. But Spirit is saying that you have put in a lot of effort. You have applied yourself in the best way possible to a certain situation, but you're not seeing the outcome and the rewards of it. And that is probably the thing that is making you feel very unfair and that you have no closure. So if I can remind everyone here that we, in life, the way to flow so that we see the best results for whatever we deserve and the best abundance is to really to flow. Meaning, do your best, but expect nothing. I know it sounds crazy because actually that is what manifestation rule is. Do your best, but expect nothing. Once you manifest, know that it's there. But when you know that it's there, can you really say what day, what time you're gonna get that thing? Not really, because you cannot force the hand of the divine this way. When you're meant to have it, it will come in, but you must also know that it's there. So you gotta do your best to know that you're bringing that in for yourself. Yet you cannot fix a day and time and an absolution to when you get that thing. Okay, I know that there are many different styles of manifestations out there and many different people with schools of thoughts that will probably say they don't agree with me, but in my philosophy, in my learnings, we can manifest, we can think of what we want, but we cannot determine the outcome of when it happens. We can want what we want, we can know that it's there, but we cannot determine when we have it. Yeah. Anyways, I just want to say that I think the thing that you find difficult to let go of, that situation, that mortification that you're waiting on, could be because you have put in a significant amount of effort and commitment to a thing and you have not seen the returns, right? And that probably is why you are in that space of constantly looking at your 3 spilled cups, but you cannot, you are quite unable to see that you still have 2 full cups. I also felt like Spirit is saying, have gratitude before you forget that you have good things in your life, because if you don't remember to have gratitude, good things can really leave you. Guess what, by the way, this is besides your Queen of Wands, which is upright, this is the only upright card as well. Everything else is reversed. So it's a very strong message here. I will pick 1 card from the Moonology deck to see what else Spirit has for you. Okay. Love. Day, moon. You have day, moon, love. Feels a lot like this is really regarding some matters of the heart. There is something miraculous about seeing the moon during the day, agreed? And there's something even more miraculous about love. There is also something miraculous afoot, quite possibly to do with love, when you draw this card. It suggests that although there still may be challenges, you have a relationship that's worth thinking about. Love is dawning, love is rising like the day moon. If you are in a troubled relationship of any kind, personal or professional, take this card as a sign that the toughest obstacles are behind you. The way to find partnership happiness now is to remove your ego from the situation and allow the purity of your feelings to guide you. If you're attracted to someone, this card is a sign to show your feelings even in a non-romantic situation. Honestly, I think it's still quite abstract that Spirit gave this card. Something unexpected is about to happen, so stay tuned. Maybe Spirit is trying to say that just like the breath, the pneuma, just like this, pneuma, you are meant to let go so that you can have more of this coming into your life. If you want love to come into your life, if you want new love and a new breath of air, like the blooms you see here in the card, to come into your life, you have to understand that the past challenges are some things that you got to let go. See, the toughest obstacles are behind you. Whether it's personal or professional, take this card as a sign that the toughest obstacles are behind you. Remove your ego from the situation and allow the purity of your feelings to guide you. I think that is speaking a lot for Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is all about letting her heart and passion guide her. So if your heart and your passion wants to go take that adventure, okay, and wants to embrace the choices that are presented before you, go do it. Go do it. Don't allow yourself to linger in the space of waiting for decomposition to happen. Justice will happen in the way it should when time calls for it. I think that is what it is. See, life is what you make of it. It's time to start seeing the magic of life. Okay, so I think this is a strong one. I can constantly feel Spirit tapping me on the shoulder. I feel like they're trying to say, make sure they get the point. Make sure they get the point. Spirit really wants you to know that something amazing is coming in your way. And if you want love, love is for you. Again, I think it speaks a lot when all the cards are in reverse. The only card that stands upright is you. You know what that shows? That you are so strong against odds and adversities. And I think, yeah, nothing short of Spirit saying that you really have to let the past go. Let it be what it is, rest the way it should, decompose the way it has to. Don't wait for closure. You give yourself the closure and move the hell on. Okay? Right, so this is all I have for you, and this is the message from Spirit. If you find that it resonates, please leave it in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Also, this is a general reading. If you want a personal reading, please go to the description box below and find my link to book me for a personal reading. Please like, follow, and subscribe so that you get more of these videos in the future. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is for those who pick pile number 3, and your card is discontent and boredom. So in the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, they merge many meanings of major minor arcana cards in the traditional tarot deck with oracle cards, and so this one really feels a lot like a Four of Cups kind of feeling, and of course there might be something else here, but predominantly Four of Cups kind of, predominantly Four of Cups kind of symbology here. Okay, I will get more cards and see what Spirit has to say. Now, today I am using the Alchemy Oracle cards. I want to pick cards for Spirit to tell us, since it's the theme of release, right? When welcoming in what's new. I want Spirit to tell us what you should release or what you should have less of or let go of, so that the thing that you're waiting, that it can come in. I also will ask them for the card to show what is the thing that is waiting to come into your life, okay? So, okay, Spirit, please show us for pile 3 what they should let go of. What they should let go of. For pile 3, what should they be letting go of? Okay, is this 1 card or 2 cards, Spirit? That's 2 cards. Give me 1, please. Thank you. Ooh. Okay. Also, what to welcome in. Okay, thank you. Very synchronistic. I really think everyone, now that I'm on pile 3 and I said this to pile 2, everyone who's watching this reading, I'm not sure if you're cross-watching, if so now pile 3, if you came from pile 1 or pile 2, yay. But if you have not, please go check it out, because you know why. Everybody is having this ultimately synchronistic thing happen for them. For the get rid of, you need to release item card, everybody has it in monochrome, okay, black and white. And the card that is what's coming into your life, everybody, all 3 piles has it in colorful cards. How beautiful. So to release, Spirit says the void. I don't even know what kind of Joker card this is, because there's nothing on here and it says the void. Feels very much like Spirit either could say that there's nothing you need to release, or there is so much nothingness in what you're doing right now, like no point, that you need to let that go, let that pass and step into a space whereby you have Venus, okay? It's this beautiful card of lots, beautiful spectrum of rainbow colors. You have to go see pile 1 and pile 2, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's got the monochrome card and the colorful card, okay? So I will read the meanings in a while, but now I'm gonna pick cards from the traditional Rider-Waite deck to see what else Spirit has to say about this message. Spirit, please give us your guidance, your message for pile 3. Clarity and guidance for pile 3, please. Thank you. Right. You got the 4 of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So, looks a lot like something to do with 2 aspects here. So, I didn't really feel this kind of subject segregation for the other two piles, but for you, it seems very obvious. Okay, wait, before I actually start getting into the details and start reading, I want to just read from the guidebook what the void and Venus refers to, so we have a better idea. So the void. 173. Okay. Symbology of the void, the liminal space, darkness, destiny. The void is a mystical riddle in and of itself. It cannot be understood by means of alchemy, chemistry, science, or spirituality. It astounds the most adept seeker and humbles the philosopher. From the depths of nothingness, all feelings and possibilities are burst. Behind the curtain of our material world, the power of eternal spaciousness is at work. This card may appear at a time when something has been released, a relationship, a possession, a title. But the void is much bigger than any worldly entity. When an alchemist approaches the void, destiny shifts in the darkness. Like magnets, you are drawn to it as it is drawn toward you. Meditation is critical at this time. Just sit and breathe, surrender to the vastness. There is an electricity between you and the void that is sacred and timeless. From its center, everything is born. Letting go of the unknown. You need to release. You need to release. So something has been released recently, actually. Could be a relationship or a possession or a title for you. And I think Spirit is trying to say, then you gotta release that fully and step out of the zone of darkness. Okay, what to have more? What more is coming into your life? Venus. Okay, Venus. Symbology, pleasure, the god Eros, beauty. With the arrival of Venus, the senses open as if for the first time. It is the planet of pleasure, of touch, of sensual delights. Venus is often depicted as romance, eroticism between people, but it can also be experienced as an all-out love affair with Mother Nature herself. Aphrodite emerging from the ocean is a classic example of Venus imagery, as is Cupid with his bow. No matter how old or jaded you are, when this card appears, it is a sign that attraction is at all-time high. The laboratory is alight with love. You may be in love with the work and the materials and another person, or with the world itself. Seeing beauty in small moments is a sign Venus is in balance. An obligatory reminder that pleasure and pain are usually found intertwined. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. Something has just ended for you, and it's not as though you have a difficulty ending it. You let it go. You ended it. Okay, so could be a relationship, could be work, could be anything in your life. Literally, you know your story, so place it how you see fit. You ended something, but that thing probably occupied a lot of you in terms of your attention and your energy before you let it go. Now that you have let it go, you are in the space, a liminal space of transiting into a much more exciting new journey. But before you move into that passionate new journey, maybe something is, it's almost like the energy of stagnation, the energy of sloth or stagnation. Not that you're a lazy person or anything, but maybe you know how if we have, okay, I'm just gonna give this example. If let's say you have a 9-to-5 job, Okay, and every day it's the same routine. You wake up at 7, you get yourself prepared, you eat the same breakfast at the same place, you go to work taking the same train or walking the same route, spending almost the same amount of time getting there, and then you clock into work, you do the whole shebang, like a very, very, very familiar clockwork. Okay, so let's say that's the thing that you have gotten so sick of and finally have awoken and realized that's not the life for me. And you quit it. Finally, you submitted your resignation letter, you quit it, and you already served your last day. And let's say October now. And again, I'm not saying this is literally the exact time. I'm drawing a example, but it could be that situation for you. Like now, you are in the space of, I'm free. What next? A lot of people in this example I just gave might find themselves having a bit of a struggle during that transition from quitting a routine to finally, I'm free, what's next? To finally stepping into the fully, passionately going on that new journey and adventure, doing what they want to do. I'm not saying everyone's the same. Okay, some people has it all written already and they can't wait to execute the new plan. Wonderful for them. But felt a bit like you are in that space of having freshly released something that you know is not good for you. But now that you are free to explore new things, you did not step into, it's like, if there's a holding chamber, you step out of the previous space into this current holding chamber. Rightfully so, most people should walk right through and open the door on the other side and walk right through to the new exciting space. But you are basically still in the holding chamber. And you are holding yourself in that chamber. You know how I came up with the holding chamber analogy? Because I constantly see the void as a holding chamber of nothingness. You are in this space right now, the liminal space. You are in the space of, I don't know what to do, what's next. Maybe you didn't make plans yet, or you did not make that much of a solid plan before you left the previous thing. Again, if it's a relationship, of course you don't make plans for a new relationship before you quit the previous one. That usually is not how it works, right? If the previous one don't work out, it doesn't work out. You quit it, you break it up, and then you are in a space of being by yourself. Until you maybe have something exciting or someone exciting come to your path, right? So relationship speaking, of course you're in a holding space. And Spirit is saying though, you don't have to be like that. You have to move through it because there are other things in life that you can be in love with and be passionate with. So that is just, I'm just using that one aspect, which is people who are seeking a new relationship. But how about people who are seeking a new purpose in life and work? If you had left a previous project or work or something that lifelong you've been doing, and then you suddenly realize that that shit's not working for you anymore, you quit it, and now you're in the holding space. Spirit is asking, why are you feeling like you need to stay in the holding space? See, so let's talk about the holding space. Let's talk about the void, the liminal space. You got the devil in reverse. Right next to it is your Four of Cups in reverse, right? Remember when I said you got discontent and boredom? It feels very Four of Cups. Yeah, and I think this is Spirit's double confirmation that yes, you are in that space of boredom and discontent. You are not satisfied with what life's given you, but you are bored right now as well. You are basically dissatisfied is the word here, okay? And this is what it looks like. And it's in reverse. So I think Spirit is acknowledging that you are in that situation, but you don't have to be, right? You are, so I can see that you are King of Wands, but you got your King of Wands in reverse. And I think Spirit is trying to say that due to what happened recently, of you releasing that old situation, your King of Wands is in a little bit of a upset. It's in a reverse situation because your mojo is not there. You know, speaking of mojo, why am I using the word mojo? Because of all the kings, the one with the most mojo is the King of Wands. He is the king of passion. He's the king of innovation, ideas, new opportunities, seizing the bull by its horn and seizing the day. Anything that is delightfully new and adventurous and let's just say an entrepreneurship, you know. So this king speaks of that. This king is about knowing grand opportunities, how they work and how to work it. So you are this person, but Spirit gave me this in reverse. And I think Spirit is trying to say, you are not in your element right now. You are a bit upset from your element because of the recent release, and you are stuck in this liminal space of dissatisfaction and boredom. You do not understand how to choose your next path and make a move forward, right? Because you also received your Fool and your Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like this entire section, which is all in reverse, is like a juxtaposition of what in reality you could enjoy. Because in reality, they're showing me upright cards. I did not ask for it. It just happened this way. I did not even try to do a spread, but they kind of give me the cards this way. In upright, they show me that there is Three of Pentacles, there is collaboration, there is partnership, there is teamwork, there's camaraderie, okay? They show me a person doing Seven of Pentacles energy, which is planting seeds and waiting for harvest, waiting patiently to know that everything takes time to ripen and produce. And Four of Wands energy, which is stability, security, happiness, harmony in family, in life, celebration. Upright Six of Wands, which is celebration of self, pride and joy of work and professional work, coming triumphantly from having won something like an accolade or finishing a project. And finally, Ten of Cups, which is ultimate fulfillment, satisfaction in life, purpose in life, family. See, all that is upright. All that is upright. And then all these, King of Wands, Fool, Devil, Four of Cups, everything, Two of Swords, everything is reversed. And they sort of came out and sorted themselves into two different sections, which, like I said, it's like a very juxtaposed kind of situation. I feel like Spirit is saying that you are sort of putting yourself in a holding cell right now of this liminal space, because while you have intentionally released something that did not work for you in the past, you might not have crafted a very strict set of plans for yourself on where to go next, which is fine. Like I said, in different aspects of life, we don't always have to have all the plans lined up to the T. Okay, especially not in relationship. You cannot plan a relationship. I get it. But Spirit is saying, do not let the lack of plans cause you to fall into an energy of dissatisfaction and boredom, because that can become very stagnant. That can create stagnation. See, what's waiting to come into your life if you step out of the holding chamber of the liminal space is love. And it's love in all aspects as well. We're not just talking about love that is romantic love. We're talking about the pleasure of life. The Venusian energy is one of pleasure, wealth, beauty, youth, seduction. Yeah. So all aspects of your life is waiting to pamper you. All aspects of your life is waiting, to come in. Venus is waiting to pamper you with all the beautiful things. But you have to be willing to step past the liminal space. Okay, so unlike Part 1 and Part 2, I'm not here to encourage you to let go of the past. You have already let go of the past. good for you. You know why you let go of the past. You know why the whatever that was in the past did not serve you. You have closed that door. But you, maybe due to having lived a long life, many years of that sort of life, familiarity sometimes really throws a person off the routine. Well, it clearly is, right? And you might be giving yourself a bit of a, it's like you stagnated. You maybe got lazy, okay? And I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. It's not reprimanding you like you got lazy, you know, but it's really more like the laziness is born out of not knowing what to do with your two hands now that your two hands are free. Yeah, I don't know where this this metaphor come from, but you know, some people, they say, oh, your two hands have always been burdened with things your whole life. Now that I ask you to let go of the burden, suddenly you don't know what to do with the two hands when your two hands are free. It's that kind of energy, okay? But Spirit is saying, well, then walk through the door, go to the other side, because your two hands should be free for me to put gifts in it, okay? And I think this is quite beautiful. Very positive cards here. Yeah, one other thing, if the devil is here, I think Spirit wants you to not obsess over certain things. So although you have let the past go, I felt like maybe you're obsessing over certain emotions that could be causing you to stay in that liminal space. I'll see if there's one other thing Spirit can say about the devil. Spirit, do you have any guidance? Control. Yeah, controlling certain narratives and ideas. Well, just don't. Just don't. If you let it go, let it go. Don't sabotage yourself by letting it go and then staying stuck. Right? What's the whole idea of letting go if you only let go of the person and the situation, but in essence, they are still with you. Right? Okay, I'm going to take a card from the Moonology Oracles to see what else Spirit has to say. Spirit, what else do you have? What advice and guidance do you have for pile number 3? What do you have for pile number 3, Spirit? Quicksilver Moon. Changes. Okay, let's see. Quicksilver Moon changes. Nothing stays the same forever. If you want change, rejoice. If you're clinging on to a situation that may well have run its course, however, then this card is a gentle suggestion to release your grip. Nothing about your situation is currently firmly fixed. That can be a good thing, so stay open. Keep your eyes peeled for signs as well. In particular, notice the next song you hear. Is there a message in it for you about your question? If you're not happy about your situation, the good news is that change is afoot, so don't give up. What seems stuck now could be far more flexible quite soon. If you're hoping to change the course you're on now, this is a sign that you can, so take action. If the idea of change worries you, try to have a low faith in the universe. Set the intention that whatever happens next is happening for your highest good. The fact that nothing lasts forever is a part of this card's message. Events are moving. Change may be inevitable now. Expect good things. You get your answer very soon. Ask a wise woman for advice and don't cling to the past. I think that says it. Don't cling to the past. Get out of the liminal space. Get out of the holding chamber. Right? And love is for you on the other side. Love, pleasure, beauty, abundance, prosperity, everything. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. This is a message that Spirit has for you. Thank you. And this is a collective reading. If you want something personal, you can go to the description box below and find the booking link for a personal reading. Please also like, follow, and subscribe for more of such videos coming in the future. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you at the next video. Bye!